It's a pleasure being here. Thank you for having me. I almost teared up. Seriously, walking in the room and seeing all of you here in the spirit of fatherhood. And the reason I say that, because man, so often, so many times, dads feel left alone. Share with y'all some of our objectives for today, which are provide the father's perspective. We want to emphasize the importance of fatherhood, identify barriers faced by fathers. We want to offer practical strategies for support and promote collaboration and change. So I want to talk about understanding the importance of fatherhood, because a lot of times I think we get caught up in talking about mom and dad and don't realize how important having a father is to the child, right? So some of the benefits of having dad involved. For the child is emotional development, right? They learn how to deal with their emotions better. You got cognitive development, behavioral health, social skills, and they got overall health benefits. Like, that's a fact. You can fact check me on that. Then when we talk about in terms of benefits for dad, he builds stronger bond, personal growth, mental well-being, and a sense of accomplishment. And I can attest to all of that, right? When we look at what happens when dad isn't involved, our children are more likely to grow up in poverty. They're more likely to be in cases of abuse, right? When we look at the amount of individuals that go inside of our criminal justice system, right? An overwhelming majority of individuals that commit murder, rape, robbery, didn't have fatherhood involvement. Just his presence. And a lot of times we get caught up in whether he a good dad or a bad dad. Just him being alive and being around lessens the likelihood of our children having adverse situations, right? Now, when we talk about challenges faced by fathers and child welfare, some of those barriers are legal, systematic, and societal. We can end up perpetually punishing people for things they already paid the price for. Men are less likely to report it. He don't want to be like, my old lady beating on me. That's embarrassing. It done been cases where man done called the police to come to the house and be like, oh, you let her do that to you? I ain't let her do it to me, right? We got to think about that and how we deal with people, how we treat people, how we talk to people, because you don't know. We think if we just change people. Sometimes it's a people problem. Sometimes it's a process problem, right? We got to learn how not to take either personally. So in this work, we have to have a collaborative approach. And the reason why we want to do that is safety, permanency, and well-being of our children. That sound familiar? Safety, permanency, and well-being. Now, the interesting thing about safety that I learned is, man, safety means something different to everybody. It does. It's a word that we use so much that it done took on a life of its own. What I may deem as being safe may not be safe for you. And that's important to realize when we making decisions about the safety and the well-being of Florida's families. Now, in this collaborative approach, again, going back to the analogy of the system, we got organizations. So I'm doing some work with an organization that do home visiting. Y'all familiar with home visiting programs? I think they're great programs. And in that, we was talking about how to build trust. And trust is one of those words that it can mean different things to different people. So I think that's important in doing the work, like to be forthcoming with those sorts of things. Like when we working with these families, going into these households, don't act as if you they savior, because you're not. You a supporter and you're a resource, right? That's the same thing with parenting. We thinking about, did we give our children the tools that they need so they can function on their own in society? But that's something we need to work towards. And we need to learn how to build allies. we got to say no to the division over and over and over and over again. We got mothers in here, we got fathers in here, and ain't nobody intimidated by each other. Everybody came in here around united goals. So that's the call to action. Every day moving forward, we got to make decisions in the best interest of the things that we doing. Whether that means we putting our ego to the side so that we could build relationships, have authentic conversations, be transparent, and be trustworthy people. And then I think if you do that long enough, you'll attract it.